Trump really famously said that he will ununite Russia and China. That is what he will be doing. Of course, we are recording this just before Xi is due to attend the Victory Day summit in Moscow, where he is expected to sign a series of deals between Russia and China. First of all, do you think that Trump is making any headway with his promise to unite Russia and China? And what do you foresee the summit will yield in terms of the relationship between Russia and China?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good try, but you're not going to be successful because China-Russia relation being tested. I mean, we don't have to look far away. I mean, if you look at President Xi, who is actually making the 11th visit to Russia, meeting Russian president, I mean, their 11th meeting. Meetings are more than that, of course, because they had meetings on other occasions, G20, other APEC, the BRICS, all the other meetings. But so they have a deep trust, I would say, built over the decades. So obviously, it's not so easy for others to try to drive a wedge. As I mentioned repeatedly, that all countries want a good neighbor relationship, right? I mean, China and Russia shares a long border, and we are very complementary, I would say, economically, even technologically. I mean, China is a huge manufacturing powerhouse and a rising technology powerhouse. And we can contribute so much to Russia. And at the same time, Russia is the largest country in the world in landmass. I mean, the rich resources too. I mean, they could contribute so much to China's economic growth. I mean, we're talking about Trans-Siberian gas pipeline, I mean, we're even in technology. I mean, Russian space technology is, I would say, more advanced than China's, and in many ways. So we have a lot to learn from each other. I mean, it's not to invade other country, but for peaceful space exploration. I think, China, Russia, I mean, even including the people, I say that's very important. They realize China stand with Russia and Russia will stand with China against the US imperialism, bullying, hegemonism, because obviously the US, at least in the last few years, have especially targeted two countries, China and Russia, with sanctions, weaponizing its financial power, economic power, technology power, whatever, to contain China, to contain Russia. So I think this also means that China, Russia share more sort of the same belief. We want just international order, with the United Nations as the center, not with the United States as the center. So, it's not US calling the shots in this world. So it's the United Nations, it's the WTO, it's a multipolar world. China, Russia are important, they are the permanent member of the UN Security Council. They are the nuclear powers. And so this means China, Russia can play a very important role in balancing the US power. I mean, that's critical for not just the two countries, for the other developing country, the global south especially, who had difficulty making their voices heard. So they are not really represented, they don't count to those G7 member states who think they are the international community. So in this sense, I think someone actually asked the Russian President Vladimir Putin exactly the same question you asked, whether, Russia will distant from China and cozy up to Trump. So I think the answer is not very exciting to those who trying to drive a wedge. I think Russia is not stupid, so they know very well. I mean, even they have a warming up relationship. And who knows after 4 more years. So China-Russia relation is not against targeting other country. I mean, we think it serves our two countries' best interest. And in China's case, it's serving China's national interest to have good relation, not just with Russia, but every country in our neighborhood and every country in the world.